We're in the middle of the NFL off-season, so you know what that means. Time for the new release of Madden from EA Sports. Now, while the game hasn't been officially released to the public yet, leaks have begun with all of the items players of the franchise love, ratings and uniforms. While it must be said that until the game is officially dropped for purchase to the mass audience, these are to be considered leaks and could be revised at any moment from EA Sports. That would also require a likely delay, so it appears to be legit, thanks to Miguel Gator Lozada. Here is your first look at all 32 NFL teams' alternate uniforms for Madden 19. For most teams, you have the option to toggle between standard home and aways, color rush as well as throwbacks and alternates. Also, for teams like the Tennessee Titans, who introduced an entirely new line of jerseys for this, you have carte blanche at many customizations that you may only see for one or two games. This without boring you with every new detail available. Let's take a look at what everyone came here for. Introducing the brand new NFL alternate uniforms for Madden 19. The Arizona Cardinals have a few options in the game, but honestly pretty minor changes in what you've normally seen. Their 1960s throwback here is rather sweet, featuring an old-school helmet and black cleats to match their traditional home look. The creamsicles are back. While most options for the Buccaneers revert to their more traditional red and black coloring, I think I can speak for most NFL fans in saying that these light orange combinations were the best. Yes, I could see where they might get a little tough on the eyes for 4 hours under the hot Florida sun, but picturing them under the lights of a Monday night football game, let's go. The Cleveland Browns check in with their 1960s throwback uniforms and, might I say, when compared to the standard selection worn in 2018, these might be favorable to the dog pound. The traditional brown jersey, orange helmet and white pants is a classic look. The 1990s throwbacks are the Denver Broncos' main alternate option in Madden 19. You have the choice in choose from AFL and 75th anniversary options as well, which are pretty wild. Take a look. However, these John Elway classics are here for you to select. Personally, I don't think the Broncos have a bad uniform combination in their proverbial closet, but these are extra clean. The light blue helmet and striped socks fit perfectly with the orange jerseys. The Buffalo Bills are also another team with multiple options to choose from. We chose the 1990s throwbacks to feature here, however you can choose from the 75th anniversary edition, which feature the oversized classic logo on the helmet, as well as the 2000s options which had the striking dark navy blue jersey tops and pants with red striping on the sides. However, if you make 4 straight Super Bowls with legendary players all over the field, you're going to get the nod from me. The Cincinnati Bengals threw a curveball at Madden 19 with the 1970s home throwbacks, and to describe them quickly, they're awesome. Featuring a one-colored helmet with Bengals written across the side, these throwbacks are an instant classic that should be worn more often. Throw in the striping on the cuff of the sleeves and top of the socks and you have a winner. The Chicago Bears, this will feature the orange jersey tops with white pants and traditional helmet. There was a report that the team turned down an all-orange color rush option, which would have been quite orange but awesome, so this is the next best option. The Los Angeles Chargers are going down Fouts in their 1970s throwbacks. While not many uniforms across any sport can match the perfection of powder blue, these are pretty clean as well. You'll have the option for just about in any Chargers combination you would like, however these 70s are just too good of a look, and especially when combined with a navy blue helmet as well. The Kansas City Chiefs' alternate option in Madden 19 are the AFL classics from the Dallas Texans days. Featured in 1959 and the early 60s, Lamar Hunt went with the classic coloring still worn today, although in a different state. However, should Bud Adams have not chosen Columbia Blue, the Chiefs organization could have had a much different look throughout history. Let's be honest, the Indianapolis Colts could have 100 alternate uniforms and they're all going to look almost identical to what you see today. So, the only real option is to go with the alternate classic that feature the navy blue helmet. Not a bad look at all. Would NT mind seeing these more often? The Dallas Cowboys have multiple options featured in Madden 19 and the 75th anniversary throwbacks were our favorites to feature here. The silver pants and helmet with a sharp blue and white shouldering is an incredibly good look. Feel free to go as classic as you want, as well as traditional. The Miami Dolphins are another team in Madden 19 who have multiple options and, to be honest, the best thing the Dolphins could do would be to wear as many as they can miss. The 1984 throwbacks featured here are about as close to perfect as you can get. Cycle through the options for the Dolphins. You may not be a native to South Florida, but you can see why many of them are NFL fans' favorites. Shut it down right now. I know many outside Philadelphia might not be huge fans of the Eagles, and especially after a Super Bowl win, but the Kelly green look is incredible. Not to mention when matching them to helmets, beautiful. While I'm certainly glad the NFL is taking steps to protect players from head injuries by minimizing the amount of helmets that can be worn, but these have to find a way back in rotation. Just perfect. Black uniforms are not the easiest to pull off. While it seems simple in theory, it can be hard to pull off. The Atlanta Falcons did it here. While the all-black jersey and pants is a cool look, the silver pants are what set it off. Match them up with a black helmet and you've got a wild card at worst look. Here they are in all their glory. The 1994 throwbacks are rolling out for the 2018 and everyone in the Bay Area couldn't be happier. Held down by players like Steve Young and Deion Sanders, they'll now come back to perfection through Jimmy Garoppolo. The New York Giants are going back the 80s. With the classic navy blue helmet and jerseys, it's back to a popular time in what then was the Meadowlands. Personally, I love the New York Giants regular helmet with that shiny deep blue coloring, however these are classic as well. Would NT mind a late November game seeing this color on color when the Giants take on the Eagles in their Kelly greens? Since the Jacksonville Jaguars are introducing new uniforms, it only makes sense to feature them here. Maybe it's just me, but I kind of like the Jaguars' two-toned helmets. However, this is a clean look in Duval in what could be a Super Bowl. For a team that doesn't have 40 to 50 years of history, there are multiple options to choose from, including the teal look as well. The New York Jets surprisingly have multiple options in Madden 19 to choose from as well. While some other options might get more of a reaction, these 1980s throwbacks are too classic not to feature. With the matching helmets and jerseys, these are a must-wear in MetLife. The Detroit Lions are one of the deepest teams in Madden 19 in terms of available uniforms to select. From the classics, to black, to these 1990s throwbacks and more, if you're a fan in the Motor City you could have a different look in multiple runs on the sticks. These throwbacks featured above are a great look and remind me of Barry Sanders breaking ankles in the Dome. The Green Bay Packers are coming with only a few options, but once you see the 1960s throwbacks, not many are needed. Yes, they look similar to what you see every year in Titletown, but the subtleties are there. You can also choose the navy blue tops as well, however you really can't go wrong right here. Surprisingly, the Carolina Panthers have about the least amount of options in terms of jerseys combinations in Madden 19. Literally, it's what you would expect to see if I said Carolina Panthers jerseys. Well, just move along, because there just isn't much to discuss here, which is disappointing because with the color scheme in Carolina, so many options you could create. The New England Patriots have as many options as Bill Belichick has hoodies without sleeves. You can run with the classics. You can use the Pat Patriot Reds with the white helmets. And now you can make playoff run in the 1990s throwbacks as well. The early days of Teddy Bruschi. Oversized logos on both shoulder pads and the early days of building a dynasty. Wasn't a huge fan of these considering the other options available, but in a throwback setting I have a feeling there will be a nostalgic feeling reappear when seeing them. The Oakland Raiders are similar to the Green Bay Packers. You can trot out as many decade throwbacks as you want and they're going to look pretty similar. It means you created a near-perfect uniform. The AFL Anniversary editions featured in Madden 19 will have the same effect, except for the helmet. The white logo on the silver helmet is a strikingly different look, and a good one at that. Speaking truly, I think the Raiders have the best uniform in sports, so I wouldn't change much, but these helmets are a nice touch from back in the day. The Los Angeles Rams are paying respects to the fearsome foursome with their 1960s throwbacks, and how could you blame them? Possibly the most dominating defensive line in NFL history. However, the Rams hit uniform perfection with the blue and yellow of the Eric Dickerson days. Not even as an alternate, they should be the standard in Los Angeles. Once the new stadium is finished and moved into, I think the team will go in that direction, so for now the blue and white helmets are a great look. In honor of Ray Lewis making the Pro Football Hall of Fame, welcome back to the 1990s and the bookends of 2 Super Bowls. In all honesty, the Baltimore Ravens don't have too terribly many options to choose from, but these throwbacks are nice. Purple on top with white pants on the bottom, a really nice look that stands out and introduced the Ravens to the NFL. If alternate uniforms are your thing, the Washington Redskins are your team in Madden 19. With multiple options to choose from, you can go back in time while battling now for a Super Bowl. These 1970s throwbacks are a really nice look with a helmet and pants coupled with red striping on the sleeve and socks. Toggle through the options in Washington, they are quite nice. The New Orleans Saints feature their 1960s throwbacks this year in Madden and they're a really sharp look. Between the striped socks and sleeves, they are going to be tough to beat when compared across the league. I was surprised there weren't more options to choose from, however these would get worn just about every time if I were holding the controller. The Seattle Seahawks have had such an interesting history with uniform schemes in their NFL history. On one hand, you have these 1980s throwbacks which are a really sharp look. Now, there are multiple combinations with as much neon as you would like to include. I understand why the team made some changes, and it worked, a very successful branding play. However, it's nice to see these once again. The 12s will have a nostalgic feeling when seeing them. The Pittsburgh Steelers this are paying homage to the great teams from the 1970s with their throwbacks. Yes, they look pretty similar to what the Steelers always wear, but that's what you get with classic teams. A sharp look and, let's be honest, at least the Bumblebees are out of the picture. The Houston Texans took it light this year in terms of alternate uniforms. Now, you have options, but you've likely seen them before. Nothing wrong with a team that isn't afraid to use multiple looks. Tyrann Mathieu will fit in perfectly wearing these red on blue alternates in Houston this fall. The Tennessee Titans feature the biggest changes in Madden this, and when you completely change all of your uniforms it makes sense. The new navy blue helmets are a nice touch and you can pair them with white, navy or light blue jerseys as well. For Titans fans you have many other options now as well. The jerseys from last are now considered throwbacks and you can even run with the old Houston Oilers look with the oil derrick helmets which looks tremendous. The Minnesota Vikings don't have the largest selection to choose from, but I can't get away from these all-purple color rush alternates. I know some may not be huge fans, but these are just such a different look and feel however you would like, but I love the color purple in a jersey.